Hello everyone and welcome back to Harvest Moon Wonderful Life Special Edition. This is Showboat and so last time we managed to go through several events, ultimately culminating with our proposal to Lumina. So now that that's done, there really isn't too much left to do for the rest of the year other than attempt to accumulate as much money as is possible. Granted, eventually our normal cow will no longer be producing milk for us, but we'll just sell it once that happens. I do not want to save before going to bed. I remembered today. I actually remembered today. I cannot believe that I actually remembered today. And we're actually getting up at a decent enough hour. Granted, I don't actually need to go and talk to anyone today. Like, I don't need to talk to any person at all. Really, there's just there's no more point to doing any of that nonsense. I mean, we only just got engaged, you know, so of course we don't actually have to talk to her for the rest of our time before we get married. We don't actually need to do that, but I'm sure she has some interesting text, at least different text compared to before. Would you eat, please? There you go. There you go. So yeah, I need 20 grand. That's like the magic number of money that I need at this point. And to get that, I may have to just go off screen and make a whole bunch of sashimi. I may have to do that. Because each one of those is worth 150, and if I can get all of my fish that are worth less than 150 to be worth 150, then that'll be great. Alright, horse. If I remember correctly, yesterday the upseed was on the other side of town, so today it should be on this side of town. Right up here, right there. Right there will be our day's upseed. And, then we just get to have some fun the rest of the day, I think. We get to just run around. We can either go fishing or we can go to the dig site. I would like to go to the dig site, although there's no real point. I can probably make more money fishing. So you know what? We'll go fishing at the waterfall by the dig site. And yes, he's praising the sun. He is praising the sun. That is exactly what he's doing. Gathering all of the energy he can from the sun. Alright, so yeah, we're fishing now. Really early in the morning, and we're going to be doing this for probably the rest of the day. So yeah, this is going to be an exhilaratingly exciting episode, I am sure. So I guess I can just do the vlog thing now, right? Sorta. Speaking of vlogs, I will actually be recording one right after this, basically just like a channel update kind of deal. Go over like some things that I've gotten in the mail, go over my plans for the future, for the channel, and yeah, just stuff like that. Which I guess I will probably mention here. because I know that there are probably some that won't watch that video, that vlog, that watch this, and then there'll be people who don't watch this that will end up watching the vlog video. I'm pretty sure that's probably worth a fair bit of money, but we shall see. That fish, by the way. So yeah, my plans. You know how I was talking about in this series in particular that my next series following Banjo-Tooie would end up being Gladius? Well, you know, I have changed my mind on that. I do have everything like set up, ready to go. I could be recording it now if I really wanted to, but the point is, I don't want to. I'm not into it. I'm not enthusiastic about playing that game right now. So yeah, I'm just not going to play that game. What I am enthusiastic about, however, is the imminent release of the expansion to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth called Afterbirth. That is releasing on the 30th, and I would love to make videos of that. I do have a Binding of Isaac Rebirth series on my channel that was huge. It was huge. I think it was well over 100 videos long, that particular series. So I'd like to continue that with the Afterbirth update. This fish better be worth a hell of a lot of money for how long it took. It's a yamame. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Whatevs. Whatevs, as the horse rolls around in the dirt. So yeah, that's basically going to be a thing that happens. Banjo-Tooie ends on the 31st, by the way, on Halloween! It ends on Halloween, which will be pretty cool. Now, I'm going to try and get Afterbirth content up on the 30th, and every day after that, where I'm gonna try to do that. A video can be like anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes or an hour. It depends on how well the run goes. That will determine how long the video ends up being. I need to actually listen to this, because that was quick that fish ended up deciding to bite. Dang. Ever so slightly off on the timing. Whatever shall I do? Simply just move so I can always see the bobber floating up and down. So yeah, that's gonna be a video. It's gonna be me announcing all that stuff. Probably gonna talk a little bit about the computer upgrade I did recently, talk a bit about computer updates I have planned for the new year, as well as some of the things that have arrived in the mail lately, namely manga and such that have arrived in the mail lately, and what will be arriving actually this Tuesday. In fact, this Tuesday, the 27th of October, will be a very, very big day. I have a lot of things arriving in the mail on that day. The most expensive of which being the Xbox One Elite controller. Because yes, I did pre-order that. I actually pre-ordered it a long time ago. And yeah, I'm one of the people who genuinely prefers the Xbox One controller over the PlayStation 4 controller and even the PlayStation 3 controller. I really don't like the PlayStation 3 controller. And I say that, and I'm playing a game on a PlayStation 3 right now with the PlayStation 3 controller. I don't like this thing. I don't like how light it is, for one. I don't like the resistance on the sticks, lack thereof on the sticks. I don't like the button, distance. I don't like how far apart the buttons are. Makes it difficult at... Oh, I guess I'm hungry. I guess I better eat something. Sorrel, hi. And perhaps the biggest thing that I don't like about the PlayStation 3 controller is that it gets super slippery. It gets super slippery. You have to, keep a towel next to you or something to wipe it down and wipe your hands down, even after playing for, 15 minutes. It is crazy. I actually have I had to get a sleeve for this thing to get some extra grip to it, because it always felt like it was slipping out of my hands. I was like, nah, this is horrible, especially when the PlayStation 4 controller is so much better compared to PlayStation 3 controller. Because, the face buttons are a little bit closer together on the PlayStation 4 controller. Also, the sticks have more resistance. The controller is heavier. It actually has grip to it. It's not like this slippery plastic. They actually have some friction elements on the PlayStation 4 controller that help out. However, I still prefer the Xbox One controller because mainly I prefer the stick arrangement. I prefer having the left stick higher than the right stick, and I like that it's that the sticks are concave. I actually prefer the concave sticks with the grip around the edge. I really like that better than the PlayStation 4 controller. And I like that it's ABXY. That's the other thing. I much prefer ABXY over this cross, circle, square, triangle business on the Sony things. And apparently in Japan they're flipped. I don't know. There's something about it. Though what really gets confusing with the Xbox One controllers, if I've been playing on a Nintendo console at any point, because the A, B, X, and Y on the Xbox controller is the reverse of the Nintendo consoles. Nintendo consoles have B as the bottom most button, and then A above that, and then Y on the left, and X at the top. So it ends up being completely reversed. But that's easy enough for me to get used to. I've been living with A, B, X, and Y for basically my entire life, and I've only been living with the X, circle, square, triangle for a year. So yeah, that you can tell my preference there. So I have that Elite controller arriving, as well as a bunch of manga and light novels will be arriving on Tuesday, so it'll be interesting. Speaking of which, I did end up getting my box set of the Claymore manga series in the mail on Thursday. I don't think I mentioned it when I was recording whatever video I recorded after getting that in the mail. But yeah, it's here. It takes up an entire section of shelf on my gigantic triple wide. Essentially, it's a bookcase. It's a media storage tower, but it is a triple width media storage tower thing. I use it as a bookcase because manga fit perfectly in it. It's actually somewhat disturbing how well they fit in it. And it's actually getting fairly full. There is one section left open for the rest of the Naruto series when that box set releases and when I'm actually physically here to receive it in the mail. Unfortunately, it releases on the 5th of January, that particular final third box set of Naruto. And yeah, I'm not going to be here until the 8th. It's rather unfortunate. That I will be out of town for the holidays between the 21st and the 8th. Yeah, so I'll be home. I won't be able to record, so I have to get enough recorded beforehand. Probably won't. This series will probably go on hold during that time between December 21st and 8th of January because I'd rather not do a whole bunch beforehand for this particular series. The part of the point of this series is that everything gets recorded the day before, kind of deal. So yeah, I don't want to like ruin that per se. Milk. I know you want to eat, but I am milking you now. Still S. Wonderful. Alright. Now to go back fishing until it's time to end off this day. So yeah, not much else I can really report. I mean, I spent my day today essentially cleaning up my apartment, doing my laundry and stuff like that, but that's rather boring. I had a ton of boxes that I needed to break down and like go through and get all the packing material put into trash bags, also a number of pizza boxes and just various other garbage that needed to go out. I ended up taking out like 8 full-sized bags of trash today. It was rather interesting. Fortunately, I buy bags that have handles as part of their design, so it was easy enough taking everything down to the dumpster. But now I have floor space now. I have a floor now, so that's always pretty nice. I also went through this gigantic mess of wires that I just had sitting in an old backpack, a huge old roller style backpack that's essentially just beside me under my bed. It was filled to the brim with wires and power cords. We're talking HDMI cords, we're talking USB cables, micro USB cables, mini USB cables, Ethernet cables, even a freaking mini HDMI to HDMI cable. Actually, probably 2 of them. and various controllers are in there too for all sorts of older systems. And I even had a multimeter in there with wires for that, and like a stapler, and just tons of stuff. My original DS, it's like, and PSP, original PSP. So it's like, oh, I need to go through this thing so it can actually, close. So I did that, and I put like a whole bunch of wires in boxes, because I have a lot of boxes. I've been getting a lot of things in the mail, so I just stuck it in boxes, and sort of like did this thing called organization. Yeah, that's what I did today. This thing called organizing. I still need to go through a lot of the stuff that's underneath my bed, but I got through a pretty big chunk of the things that I wanted to do. And then whatever boxes that remained that were empty, I just broke them down and shoved them under the bed, because I may use them. Save, please. So that's the end. I can't believe it. That's the end. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Showboat. I will see you all next time, where it's essentially just going to be more of the same. I will see you all then. Huzzah! Fishing. Gotta love it.